If you want your clips to go from this into this, then watch this video. Honorable mention, this video is for the DJI 360. If you want me to make you guys a video for the normal action camera, just comment it. Bye bye. If you guys like any of my YouTube videos or my TikTok videos, please just subscribe or follow me and like the video, and please comment something nice because I like to read nice comments. What the fuck is that? First, turn on the camera, click the icon and choose panoramic video. Then swipe down and put the resolution on 8K and the FPS on 30. And you can also select the ultra wide option, but that doesn't really matter because we will frame the shot afterwards. Then swipe to the right and click the Pro button. For the sound, I use stereo with the standard noise cancellation. And now let's dive into the exposure. Now let's check the ISO. The ISO basically dictates how bright the image will be, but higher the ISO, the more grainy your image will be. So I try to keep my ISO as low as possible without being too dark, and that's around 100/3200. Now let's check the EV compensation. EV compensation is basically also how dark or bright your image will be, but I usually leave it on 0, but you can play around with it yourself. But yeah, I put it on 0. So the shutter speed, I feel like it's the most important of all settings. Low shutter speed basically gets you that cinematic motion blur that we all want. So we have to keep the shutter speed as low as possible without the image being too bright. So what I like to do is turn on the camera before I start riding and just check if the shutter speed that I have set is good for the lighting, because you can clearly see if it's too bright or too dark. But usually I like to put my shutter speed anywhere from 1/100 of a second to 1/600 of a second. It really depends on the condition. So here you can see my shutter speed process. So first I point the camera where I want to shoot, and then I always check the ISO, and I always have the ISO at 100. So yeah, and then as you can see, if I go lower it will be super bright and we don't want that. And for these conditions I think around 1/240 is perfect. I leave the white balance on auto, and I color grade all of my footage. I also have a color grading tutorial, so check that out. And yeah, so I color grade and I turn on the D-Log 10-bit color, but if you don't color grade, turn that off. And I also have set my texture to -2 and the noise reduction to 0. And you also have to turn on the high bitrate, and if you are using transparent lens protection thingies, you need to turn on that setting as well. Now the most important part for 360 cameras, the editing. So first I put all of my clips into the DJI Studio editing software so I can reframe them. First I like to check out every clip and see what it's like, and then I drag it into the timeline, hit the plus a bit so it's a bit bigger, and then you have to change it to the direction lock, so that basically means that it's locked. And you have to click this if you have transparent lens thingies, and better high precision smart stitching, because it just the stitches are better. And I leave every other setting as it is. And then the most controversial part about my settings, the FOV. I like to put it on like pretty high, because I feel like it's super satisfying to see the trees swish past me. So for YouTube videos I put it anywhere from 80 to 90 usually, and then the correction angle I put it anywhere around 0.5, and then all the other settings just adjust them based on your camera setup. Then you also have an option to put fake motion blur. I usually don't put it because I add motion blur in my other editing software. So as you can see, it's a bit too strong, so I lower the range and the intensity a bit, and it looks better. And now for the TikTok version. In TikTok, I like to do something different, because TikTok is a short form video, and it really have to you really have to catch the people's attention, and so I put the FOV even higher. Yeah, sorry about that, guys, if you don't like it, but yeah, fuck it, I know. I put the correction angle at really low, so it's super distorted, and I then put the FOV high, and that really distorts the video, and it makes it look that I'm going a lot faster. But I'm actually still going fast, so don't get fooled by that. But yeah, it just looks way better in my opinion, like way faster. But for longer form video, it's just too you get sick from watching it. Then for the export, I name the file. I select the best possible resolution and the 30 FPS that I'm shooting with. Then for the bitrate, for my YouTube videos, I export anywhere from 90 megabytes to 110 megabytes, and for my TikToks, I usually export on 50 megabits per second. And I also check the quality priority. And yeah, that's all. Check out my color grading tutorial also that I have already posted about a year and a half ago, and yeah, that's all. Also, as I said earlier, if you want me to make another tutorial for the DJI Action 4, because I already posted one but my settings changed a bit, just comment down below and I'll make it happen.